channel. This is your girl coach Corey. Thanks for joining me again. This is a place to inspire, motivate, and impact. So today we're going to be talking about something that's near and dear to my heart. And as a coach, one of the things I deal with is helping people see things from a different perspective. One of the resources that has really helped me, and I have been reading and probably will have to do a masterclass on it at a later date, is this book that I want to share with you. It's called, here, I hope you can see that, Hello Tomorrow by Dr. Cindy Trimm. Very good book. If you can get it, it's on Amazon. Why would I recommend a book? By the way, just for the record, not been paid to do this. This is something I'm just doing. This is not commercial. This is me. You're just recommending a book that I have enjoyed, a book that has challenged me, a book that I have loved. And this is really for those people who are interested in making a difference. Now, here's another book. This one we'll need to talk about because this one is deep. This book changed my life. It's called Rules of Engagement, again by Dr. Cindy Trimm. Powerful, powerful woman of God. And that's why I share her books, because these are books that have impacted me. And since this is free, I'm not charging you anything. It's up to you to go buy the book if you want it. This is actually a prayer book. It does come, you can either get two of them, or there are set. This particular one is the prayer book, but I've also seen that they have the one where it has everything in one book. This one of the things I love about it, it has here at the back, you see daily affirmations, proclamations, because sometimes you want to change your life. Many people want to change their lives. Many people want to do things better. Many people want to walk in their purposes, but they have no clue where to start. Well, this is a good place to start. So today I'm going to just share with you a few key nuggets that I think are valuable and might help you. Number one, you cannot leave your future to chance. If you leave it to chance, then chance will happen. That means you're ready for anything and anyone. How many times do we hear people when they grow older having regrets of things they did not do, or things they did that they should not have done? Well, when you are just in the rat race, when you're just trying to exist and you forget that you are put here for a reason, you are leaving your destiny to chance. You're leaving your future to chance. Yes, there is a time and a season for everything, but even as you do those things, you must be very intentional about planning for your future. And I don't mean like financially, no. I mean like financially is just one of the aspects. Really, there is a reason you're here. Remember, you are a spiritual being in a mortal body. So your spirit is eternal. So you came in as a spirit and you will go out as a spirit. You will leave this body here, it'll rot and go back to the dust. So there is more to you than the vessel that is carrying you. So if someone asks you, who are you? You're probably gonna say, I'm a man or I'm a woman or whatever. Really, you're just describing the vessel that is carrying you. You might give your name, okay, great, but that's the identity that the vessel has on this earth realm. Okay, then you might say, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, and that's great, but those are labels that you have by virtue of certain accomplishments or by who you are. There is more to every one of us, and so you must be very, very intentional about going deeper in you. You know how sometimes you'll sit and say, someone will walk in and you're like, I don't like that person's spirit, or that person has a really good spirit. What is that? That there is something inside of you. The real you is seeing through that person's spirit, that you're seeing that other person, not based on how they're dressed, not based on how they look or their race or whatever, although there's people who are shallow enough to do that. But at the point when you're saying, I don't like their vibe, I don't like this, or I really like their vibe. You're talking about somebody's spirit. So even for you, you must be very intentional. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever met you? Have you ever met you? Do you spend enough time with you to know you? Most of us don't. And I remember the first time I started to unravel who Corey is and just kind of peel the onion and the layers. And I realized I was not what society was saying. Society called me a woman, society called me a mother, society called me a wife, and those are great. But that's not who I am. There is a deeper person inside. Because when I leave this earth, I will no longer be a mother or a wife. Those are earthly labels. I will still be Corey, but in a different manifestation. So I know some of you already freaked out. So let me move on. I might be getting a little deep. That kind of just came out. You are this Cindy Trimm, Dr. Cindy Trimm said this and it blew my mind. You are the sum total of all your decisions. Now, at first I was like, I'm not so sure I agree with that. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized how true it is. Yes, there's places where you are born and there's certain circumstances that are beyond you. But how you behave and react to those circumstances is your decision. And so you end up being where you are because of the decisions that you make. If you make a decision to go to school and to excel in school, then chances are you will be able to progress to the next level. If you make a decision to work hard wherever maybe you're working, chances are you may get a promotion or you may find yourself going into something bigger. My point is, every day from morning to evening, we make hundreds of decisions. When you wake up, you decide whether you're going to have some time of meditation or not. For me, let me show you. You see this? This is my journal. When I wake up, it says here, be joyful always. When I wake up, first thing in the morning, I open it and I write the date and I write a full page of things I'm grateful for. Let me tell you, there is no way you can have a bad attitude and be grateful at the same time. It just doesn't work like that. And so for me, I have discovered that when I am grateful for everything, and let me tell you, it's not complicated. In fact, usually my first line is grateful for a brand new day. Then I go down. Thank you that I can write. Thank you, because I've opened my eyes. Thank you that I'm able to open my eyes and to see. Thank you. And I just keep writing. And then I thank God for my future. I'll thank Him. And I'll say thank you for where I believe the things that I have presented before Him. Because He says to bring our petitions to Him with thanksgiving. And so I give thanks. And this is not prayer time. Don't get me wrong. This is just my gratitude journal. Then from there, I move to a time of reading my Bible. Like, I'm Christian, so I read my Bible. And then I sit down and I write down what I have learned from that word on that day. And then chances are I may take a walk. I like walking in the morning. When the weather allows, I'm able to take a walk and kind of meditate and listen to something inspiring. Yeah, and then I start my day. So what am I saying? I'm being very intentional about how I start my day. Those are decisions I'm making. Now, because I'm making those decisions, I made a decision to be grateful. I've made a decision to read my Bible, to connect to my source. Because like when you want to turn on, let me use something simple. You want to turn on electricity, yeah? If you're not connected to the grid, you can turn it on all you like. Nothing's gonna come on. Or maybe a generator or a solar panel or whatever. You have a source of power, okay? If you don't connect to that source of power, then guess what? you will not receive the power that you need to do what you need to do. Does that sound right? Yeah. Anyway, so from morning to evening, we are all making decisions. So let me ask you, what kind of decisions are you making? Are you making decisions that are helping you? Are you making decisions that are impactful? How are people feeling when they meet with you? When people interact with you, how do you leave people feeling? Do you leave people feeling inspired, or do you leave people feeling worse than you met them? One of the things I try to do, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I try to make sure that I leave people better than I found them, or places better than I found them. Now, people will not always appreciate, and that's okay. You do your best. Let God handle the rest. As long as you're faithful in the little, then God can trust you with the much. The other thing I want to share is you are, oh gosh, you are your greatest enemy. I know we pray and we bind and we loose, and yes, there is a place for that. But many times we are our own worst enemy. We're the ones who fight our own destinies. You start something or you think something, an idea comes. Yeah, like I can do 1, 2, 3. Maybe I want to say I can run a mile, because that was something I actually grappled with for a long time. My daughter kept telling me, "Mommy, you can run. Mommy, you can run." Now, I am those people in primary. Whenever we had sports day, I remember one time running until my legs, I don't know if you guys have gone through this, but I ran and I was probably last or second last, but my legs told me, the end. We are not running faster or anymore. I reached my end. And I guess that experience traumatized me. I was like, running and me, not about that life. But during this whole pandemic season, like I said, we're stuck in the house for a while, I decided to challenge myself. I said, you know what, Corey, maybe you can run. I had already put on so much weight anyway. I needed to get out of the house because all I was doing is baking and eating. So my daughter would tell me, "Mommy, you can run. Mommy, you can run." But I didn't believe I could. One day I would believe, the other day I wouldn't believe. Or guess what? I was double-minded. You know what the Bible says about double-minded people? You will not receive anything. So one day I seriously pushed myself. So I got out and all I needed to do was run 1 mile. 1 mile is 1 point something kilometers, almost 2 kilometers. Yeah. And I just started with jogging, just jogging. Slowly, I told myself I'm not in a competition. But the whole time I was running, there was such a serious battle that was going on in my head that was telling me, no, you cannot stop. You're tired, your knees. And there was every excuse you could think about. I mean, I believed I could not. I believed my knees were not good. My shoes were not good. Oh gosh, the only good thing is I kept telling myself, I can do this, I can do this. Now, where did that motivation come from? It's reading books like this. It's, reading inspirational or watching inspirational material that builds me up to let me know that which I think is impossible is actually possible. And one of the things I'm trying to get out of my mind is the word impossible. It does not need to exist in my vocabulary because I have since learned that anything is possible. I went to even running 2 miles, and let me tell you, when I was running 2 miles, I was, you'd have thought, what's that Kenyan runner, the one who did is it 159 or something? He broke a record I think sometime last year, and I was feeling like him. And in fact, let me tell you, what I did is I would visualize myself like him, and that gave me so much strength. And so Here's a key, a little key I'll tell you. Visualize yourself doing that thing that you thought was impossible. So I'm gonna end it here for today, but for now, my challenge to you is, what are you visualizing? Are you just visualizing bills need to be paid? Are you just visualizing how you can't do this, or how this person made you upset, or how this you don't have the, you have all these alibis, all these excuses? How about I challenge you to write down 3 things. No, let's even make it 1 for the month of October. For this month of October, 1 thing that you can do that you have been putting away. You've been wanting to do it. You're not so sure you can do it. I'm challenging you. I'm cheering you on. I know you can do it. And so I just challenge you. Go for it. You got this. Until next time, please subscribe, share, like, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.